Hello, my honey bunches, and welcome to the Checkpoint Level 9. We are live. With today's special guest, Hash Rush will be coming on in the next hour. How are you folks doing? I got a laptop set up to my right so I can actually read the chat. We coming in loud and clear. There's Mr. Solo. Good to see you, bud. Jay Gomfer. Hey. How goes it? We got a fabulous show planned for you guys today. We're going to wait a few more minutes to let some people get up in here. As long as my camera doesn't go ape. Yo! Mad Ed coming with that host. Thank you, sir. Good to see you too. This time after you starting soon so you notice it. Aha! I see what you did there. But what do you guys think, man? Hash Rush, I've been playing it for a little while now, and I'm an RTS nut. So I've been super stoked about this checkpoint. It's definitely going to be one of the good ones. We are going to be giving away some Rush coins later. So we're going to have a little marbles racing. But we're going to have one race at the end of this hour, and then we're going to have 4 at the end. And then we're going to be giving away a copy of Fall Guys as well. Haven't seen any gameplay yet? Well, you're definitely going to be seeing the gameplay. We're going to do the gameplay during the second hour. Juan Unity, thank you for the follow. I don't have my things popping up loud. Let's see. I'm gonna crank this up just to her. There we go. Wonderful. Marble racing is a way to, it's kind of like a numbers generator, but more interactive. So if you're watching on Twitch, I'm gonna bring up a screen and you'll see prompts for it. Yo, Wolven, thank you for the host. What'll happen is that you'll type !play and a marble with your name will pop up. If you're first, you win. Easy breezy. Copy of Fall Guys. Ooh, pick me. You gotta win. Gotta be in it to win it, sir. So that'll be at the last marbles race of the day. And who doesn't like Fall Guys right now? If you're new to the stream, we do this every month. So be sure to smash that follow button so you can catch next month's checkpoint, as well as Marble Madness Sunday, where we give out a free ZNZ for marble races. But I hope everybody's having a spectacular Saturday. I know down here in Texas, where I am at, we are extremely grateful to miss the nasty storm that hit just a few days ago. Laura was a nasty mess, and my thoughts and prayers out there to everybody in Louisiana that's having to recover right now. There is about 1 million people without electricity, and they're doing everything they can to get it back up. It was brutal, and it was only like we were probably about 100 miles out from the eye. So, dodged a bullet. Yes, we are going to be giving away a copy of Fall Guys because Hash Rush is free, which we'll be talking about here in just a bit. Same woman. But it is about 12:15, so we're going to kind of go ahead and kick this off. We are going to explore the Hash Rush website. So if you guys are wondering where you got to go, I will put a link down in the chat. This way you guys can go out there and get you a copy. Now, in order to receive your Rush coins, you have to have a username for me. Okay? So go set you up an account and get ready. Alright. Keep me up on the side screen. So we're going to kind of dive through it now. Alright. So, first thing is, there it is. Play for free, download it, play it. get to know it. So latest news, this is basically, they just did a release, a little update. I'll set up an account if I like the game, Dweeb. No, you do it because I told you to, Mad. Don't make me. Mad's one of our fellow little trolls that we've had around here for a long time. Don't maybe come to the screen. I'll do it. If you look just a little... just playing, just playing. So join our community. They have a Facebook, Twitter, Discord, and Telegram. So this is the home. We'll go to About Game. So we got a gameplay video. Let me go ahead and kill the music. We'll jump into that. Come on, give me. Yeah, I was pretty much hooked when I first saw it, so... Galaxy points. High score. That's something that people like me love. I want to get that high score. Oh, no, Markiplier. This is not a time for you, sir. Get out of here. Meh. Alright. Cue the music. So, this is a little bit of a gameplay video. So, the Crystal Storm has wreaked havoc upon many races in the Hermian Galaxy. That's what Hermian Galaxy. And it is down to the player to guide the races in their efforts to rebuild and survive. Fight and defend against Crystal Scourge as it works to corrupt every planet and living being that it encounters. Explore your planet to secure valuable resources and build thriving settlements as you work to cleanse your planet and defeat the Crystal Scourge. I mean, that's a pretty good build-up. I don't know about you guys. So be sure to let me know what you guys are thinking so far. I mean, I think they did really very well with a unique race. I was playing the game for a bit, and I mean, it felt like its own game. It didn't feel like StarCraft. It didn't feel like it had the playing of RTS, but the characters and everything had that uniqueness. That's for sure. All right, the basics. Core features of Hash Rush are combat. The Crystal Scourge has mutated and corrupted the flora and fauna of almost every planet in the Hermian Galaxy. The surviving races will need to quickly learn to defend themselves or fall to the Crystal Scourge's onslaught. Yo, Ahmed. Yeah, we just started up, bud. Yo, Zinzo gang. What's up, Chris? How goes it? So, building and crafting. To defeat the Crystal Scourge, the player will need to build a well-defended and functioning base. Gather base resources, refine them into their advanced form, and prepare yourself of waves of monsters. I've actually played a few different styles in this game. Like, I played old school stuff, so I did like a turret defense thing to where it like forced them to go in an area so they couldn't, you know, beat up my stuff. How can you join? If you go to the link right here, you can go download you a copy of Hash Rush right now. Hey man, no worries. Take your time. Take your time. We're just going through the website and everything right now. We're seeing what Hash Rush has to offer. You know, kind of getting the ins and outs before we bring on the crew. We're going to have the co-founders, Nathan and Chris, coming on with us here in about 40 minutes. So be sure to have some questions ready. Exploring. The player will have 1 week to explore their own planetoid and defeat the Crystal Scourge. Though at first everything will look peaceful, things will quickly become dangerous, but the longer you last, the better your resources you will find. And I can attest to this. I actually stayed alive for a long time. I just built a defense and kept on taking on waves and waves and waves. And that's a pretty good way to bring up that them points. Yo, Gonford, thank you for the sub. Thank you, sir. One of our fellow Zendanites. Blow. And a little thank you to Mr. Jay Gunfer. Alright, leaderboard. truly competitive scene awaits you. Will you earn the crown of the Monster Slayer, or will you be the Crystal Mining Overlord? A fun challenge awaits you in various high score categories. I like high score stuff. I love high score stuff. I had fun with the tower defense method also. I kept getting crashes that stopped the wave spawns though, so I couldn't keep it going. It's a plague that happens in early development of video games, and you know, they have an extremely polished beta as far as I'm concerned. So, you know, as gamers that are on board helping these guys, it's our duty to report bugs, get it to them, and from what I've seen, the Hash Rush team has been more than responsive when issues come up. So, it's pretty cool. Alright, gotta switch to that PC. Alright, so Galaxy Points and the leaderboard. All major actions taken by the player will generate special points known as Galaxy Points. The player's position in the Hash Rush high score table will be primarily based on how many Galaxy Points they have accumulated. So, there's a farming aspect. In this farm, you actually have to work for it because the monsters get stronger. I can attest. Yes. Yeah, what is it? Is that does that say Funity? I can't tell if that's an F or one Unity. Durr. Sorry. I can't read. Yeah, one Unity. I'm with you on that, bud. I just recently discovered them probably about a little bit over a month ago and was just completely hooked. So, all right. The leaderboard is reset every week and players will win exciting prizes based on their overall position. Very cool. Crafting. As well as regular resources used in day-to-day running of your base, players will be able to craft special items. Craftable items include special tombs that grant you galaxy points, equipment for your heroes, and even skins to customize your game. Who doesn't like skins? You know what I mean? Strategic combat system. Okay, the Raken Archer. I have one thing to say about the Raken Archer. I was a big fan of Trailer Park Boys. And one of the things that they call raccoons is Rakens. And the fact that I saw that in the game, I died laughing when I first saw it. I thought it was so cool. Cool. No worries, man. Like I said, you're right on time. Every unit in Hash Rush comes with a specific type of damage, along with a set of resistances towards the damage types. So there's pros and cons using against, you know, certain enemies. Players will need to pay attention to the type of enemy monster that will engage in combat, as every unit is its own in combat, as every unit its own resistances. For example, the powerful Ursara has a lot of muscles and fur that protects them from blunt damage, high resistance, and slashing damage, medium resistance, but are vulnerable to piercing damage. So that's cool. You know, it depends on what. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a fanboy. I can't help that. It depends on what units you put against each other. So obviously, if you've got a hulking dude in front and you've got a bunch of ranged behind you, that tank can take a lot of the damage while, you know, you back there kind of picking off the units. There's also healer units, which come in handy. See, Gonfer knows. So it looks like you got let's see, Swordsman, the Ernax, which is the race that you play, are incredibly adaptable, so when the threat of the Crystal Scourge came to light, they were quickly able to train themselves in the arts of swordplay. The Swordsman is the backbone of the Ernak armies and makes use of slash damage. The Raken Archer, which, again, I love it. The close bond that the Ernaks have with the Raken has allowed them to train together and form a mounted force. Like the standard foot archers trained in the barracks, the Raken archers make use of piercing damage. Again, I love them. It's the freaking Rakens, man. Trogs are Ernaks that were trapped in the collapsed mines and muted by the dark powers of the crystals. However, they remain friendly to the Ernaks, and thanks to their powerful bodies, are living siege weapons, making use of blunt damage. Pretty ballin'. So the heroes, I don't think I've actually experienced the heroes yet. Maybe this is in like a future release. I know they had a dungeon aspect for a little while, but they had to take it out right now for certain issues that were popping up. But I would expect they will get that hammered out, and we will see that come to light later. Yeah, heroes haven't been in yet. Cool. What's the hash link again? Wolven, would you drop that hash link one more time? So here's your system information. This thing doesn't really... I'm running it pretty much wide open, and it's doing just fine. 8 gigs of RAM. If you got a gaming PC, I mean, we've usually got 16 gigs, but if you have 8, you have the ability to turn those things down and run it off of 4. So let's see what else we got to dive into here. So the community. So they do have a Facebook. Let's go take a little look at the Facebook. Seems to be updated since, yep, August 27th. Hitting 10,000 players and updating Hash Rush. It's a nice little milestone. I'd say so. Oh, look, Nine Lives Arena. We had those guys on not too long ago. Pretty cool, pretty cool. You know, I always hang out in Discord, so that's my jam. That's usually where I'm at, and that's where I've actually got to meet a lot of these guys. So if you would like a link to their Discord to join, I'm gonna go ahead and grab you one. I think I can. Edit invite link. Boom. Blow. Yes, it is. That is exactly where you'd want to be. That's where you'll see me hanging out. That's for sure. Discord's where it's at, man. I'm sorry. If you're a crypto project and you don't have a Discord and you only have like a Telegram, you're missing out. There's so many features in Discord that are cool. Good to see you, Daughter of May. Got some of the Zinzanite locals, as I like to call them, showing up. So it looks like that's pretty much it for the website. Not a whole lot to it. So you do have an account that you can set up here. You can't get my password. It's mine. But I have already downloaded the game, and we will be playing that here in about 30 minutes when we bring the guys on. But good to see all you lovely folks. What are you guys thinking about Hash Rush so far? Are you an RTS nut? Do you really about RTS? What are you feeling? How are you feeling? I'm downloading it. Ooh, they have a blog. Let's go read the blog. Just downloading the game now. That's right. That's right. All right. So it looks like they've got a little bloggy blog going up. I'm going to give them some claps. As Zinzanites, you should go show your support. This is how we do it. Give them claps. All right. Not give them the clap. There's a big difference. Looking at you, Mad. Of course we're going to have marbles tomorrow. What kind of Sunday would it be without marbles? Ron Don Schneezy coming in with that sub. Thank you, sir. A noob. Don't judge me, sir. Don't judge my noobness. Yo, thank you for the follow. Sid or Sid. I'm just calling you Sid, bruh. It's too much. It's too much words. Too much letters that I can't pronounce. Boom, got the game loading up. It's a pretty painless download. I think it's only like around, I want to say 8 gigs for some reason. I don't know. It could be a little bit more, but it's not like 100. So yeah. Actually, I'm feeling even more lost thanks to that. So we're going to jump into this last little blog that they had, see what they've been kicking out, see what the updates are. You know, the once over. Greetings, Voyagers. Since the launch of Hash Rush Beta, we have not been sitting on our laurels, but rather been closely monitoring the community reaction to the game, hunting down pesky bugs, and expanding the game with new features. Like that's what it's all about right there. What's more, with the game in a relatively stable state, we decided that it would be perfect time to begin work on our blockchain integration. Ooh, I'm sure plenty of you will have a lot of questions about that. After releasing our plans to the community, we once again listened to what the community had to say and identified one area that we had misjudged: the point of selling Rush directly in the game. To fix that, we quickly changed the plans, and you can read about that new Rush plans here. It's going quick. Actually, installing from the web took seconds with the breeze. Hey, there you go. So before we go into details of the past updates, we want to share some amazing news. We recently hit 10,000 accounts created in HashRush. This is an amazing milestone, and we are really excited to see the new players try out and enjoy the game. Big congrats. That is one hell of a milestone. 10,000 is a lot of people that are interested in your game. And I mean, even if half of them become diehards, you did something. You know what I mean? So updates to HashRush. Looking back at what we've been publishing in our articles, we noticed that we did not really keep track of the various changes that we made to the game beyond the big feature updates, so we're going to fix that with this article. In no particular order, we are going over the main changes that we made to the game since our beta launch. That's, I mean, keeping your community, you know, knowledgeable about what's going on, keeping them in the loop, listening to their feedback. They're doing it right. There's a lot of games out there that, you know, they'll hear people, but they're not going to take any of their ideas. They've got their idea of what they want. Yeah, that's cool and all. But if you ain't listening to people playing your game, come on. Come on. It will be some prizes for the game. Yes, there will be. We're going to be giving away Rush coins. And then at the end of the stream, we are going to be giving away 10 Rush coins and a copy of Fall Guys. Because if you don't have Fall Guys, you do want it. I know. I want it. But I have to give it away. Because that's what we do. Y'all are lucky. So hopefully I win and I can keep it. No, that's not how it works. Alright, so removing colony levels. Our original plan to have the players unlock new buildings as they gathered galaxy points. They would have one building unlocked by default, but then they would need to reach a specific colony level to unlock tier 2 and tier 3. I actually played that version. Though this idea was fun on paper, practically speaking, we noticed that this became somewhat of a pain point as progression was rather slow. To fix this, we decided to go into a more mainstream RTS functionality. The colony levels have been removed entirely, and to replace it, players can now upgrade their Voyager's Bastion from level 1 to level 3, which is cool. Don't worry, galaxy points are still vital as they are the high score table in HashRush. Beg Wolven to get it. Fall Guys is epic. Dude, I've heard it is. I really, like, I've got a whole group of people that are telling me, like, dude, just download the game. I'm like, I can't afford another addiction right now. Because I've been playing League of Legends. TFT. And I'm hooked. I can't get off of it for some reason. So changing the functionality of crystals. This ties very nicely with colony levels. If you think back to the start of HashRush, crystals, or crypto crystals as we call them, were used as points to show the player's position in the bounty challenges. Then, with the beta, we changed it so that the crystals were converted into galaxy points in the silo. Which, yeah, I've taken part of that. However, looking at the data since the launch of the beta, we realized that trying a competitive element to the crystals was not a good idea, and as it had the potential to, and in some cases already did, skewer the high scores somewhat negatively. What's more, it also defeated the point of the galaxy points, as we wanted them to use as a measure of the player's ability to tackle this crystal scourge. That's what a high score is about. I am so glad that they can see that, because it's like, okay, I can manipulate the game and get all these points and then be number one, and then there's that one poor sod out there playing the game that is, you know, the way it's supposed to be. Been playing League a lot recently. Can't get into TFT though. It's a learning curve, no doubt. It's free on PS4, but don't know about Xbox. So let's see. With that in mind, it shouldn't be much of a surprise to know that we've removed the ability to convert crystals to galaxy points. In the game, as its time of writing, crystals do not have a use case. However, we are committed to having crystals as a valuable resource, so we are working on updating the crafting system so that it uses crystals as a resource needed to craft the item. Neat. Alright, so there's multiple planets you can play on. Alright, so there's ups and downs on playing on certain ones. Well, you may get more crystals, but you may not be able to build as fast or something like that. So be sure, like when you kick off, I think you get like kind of a beginning planet, and then when you jump to that planet after you defeated all the Crystal Scourge at it or maxed out your GP, you go to the next planet. And I think if you want to play a little bit more of a difficult setting, you can, which is cool. So, new planet difficulties. This was one of the first changes that we made to the game. It's always been our intention to have multiple planets and that a player would need to jump from planet to planet to keep progressing in the game. In fact, if you play the latter stages of our alpha, you may have found your way on an early version of a desert-based planet, Exhibit A. So, for the beta, we did remove the desert planet as we wanted to develop it further, visually making it better. So that left us with a bit of an empty hole to fill. Our solution was to have variants of the same planet that the player can jump to when they complete their first planet. Each planet has specific debuffs and buffs, and they get progressively harder with different looking enemies. Neat. However, after the launch of the beta, we realized that there was a small issue with the pathfinding. All the enemies came from a single direction, even though there are 3 entries at the base. We agreed that this was a great way for new players to start, but also the more experienced players would want something more. So we changed the planet layout for the harder planets to force the monsters of the Crystal Scourge to attack the player from multiple directions. Yes. Planets like Ready Player One? No, I wouldn't say like Ready Player One, but they are planets within their game. So, yeah. Yes, Oasis, dude. I was actually talking to the guys about Ready Player One. If you're a video game nut, you've probably already seen the movie. Read the book. I'm not going to be one of those people who are like, the book is so much better. No, it is a separate entity. Yes, it has the similar characters, but the storyline is completely different. Check it out. Just do it. The book. Yes, the book. It is a ballin' one. All right, 12:36. We are getting time to bring the guys on, so we're going to dig through this just a little bit more. Then we're going to set up a marbles race. Be sure to have your questions ready, and like I said earlier, get your username for Hash Rush. If you win, I need a Hash Rush name. And you need to actually come to our Discord. Links are below. And message JC, Kakios, or Woolman. Or you can message me, but I probably won't be able to read it till after the show. Okie doke. Yes, the book is a beast. It is the beast. Okay, resource gathering. One of the big complaints for our alpha was that the workers would travel to the next resource spot once their location was depleted. Normally, this would not be a problem, but thanks to the crystal fog and the patrolling monsters, this led to players losing almost all of their workers if they did not constantly monitor them, which can be a little bit of a pain. When the beta launched, we entirely disabled the automatic movement from locations. However, proved this to be a bit extreme reaction, as with this solution, players had to once again micromanage their workers. But at least they didn't lose their workers. To fix this, we recently implemented a 3-meter rule, so if a resource point is depleted, if there is another resource of the same type within 3 meters of the work, they will automatically move to it. That is a good solution. Can't really argue with that. Show me game. Hold your horses, sir. Don't get snippy with me, Mr. Mad Ed. Alright, so, got a little bit more to dig through here. And we will do the marbles race. So, highlighting the orders, this was actually a big one. One of the biggest early issues was the lack of feedback for the players when they ordered a unit to gather resources or to attack a monster. This led to a lot of frustrated players as they would regularly send their units next to the target instead of activating the ability, be it attack or gather. To fix this, we recently added a much needed highlight that triggers when the player sends their unit either attack all units or gather resources, workers/prospectors. Fine, I'm not racing. Look, you're literally throwing a fit, man. Why are you throwing a fit right now, bro? Stop it. Stop it. All right, so Rebalancing the combat. Getting the combat system is a big task, and we knew it wouldn't be perfect from day one, so we paid special attention to what players wrote about the combat and made specific changes. Asara HP increased. The Asara is in fact a mini-boss, and the HP was too low. Stump Root Tentacle HP. Oh, that sounds terrible, but Stump Root Tentacle is a rare enemy and so needed to be a bit more challenging than it was. Fisher HP increased. The Fisher's HP was too close to the Slasher. A glass cannon unit, so increasing the HP put the Fisher in line with its bulkier size, so it's a little bit more tanky. Fisher damage increased. To balance your HP changes, the Fisher attack needed to come down just a tad. Turbis HP increased. We saw the Turbis die too quickly, so a slight bump in HP helped it to be a better challenge. Great, I'm going to get my butt handed to me on this one. So Crystal Fiend HP increased. This is the end of the planet boss, so it needed to be a lot stronger. That's a scary looking chicken. That's a scary looking tickle chicken with them long little fingers. Don't release the tickle chickens. What's more, we also changed the watchtower so that the range was increased, but the power was decreased. No! That means I gotta build twice as many. This particular balance change was made in preparation for an upcoming change to the Terbis. That we'll see it change from melee unit to a ranged unit. So that is it for the news update. We hope you enjoyed reading it. Hash Rush is free to play, so all you need to do is register an account on our website and download the game. If you're interested in learning more about the game, join our Discord or Telegram and you'll get to meet the game developers. I gotta say, it's a solid update page. Well done. Well done indeed. So it looks like we've got about 19 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and set up the Marbles track. And we're going to launch it here in about 9 minutes. So we can take a little bit of... I don't know how many questions I can answer, but I'll try. So what y'all think, man? Does it seem like a game you would be interested in if you're not already playing it? I can see some of you already downloaded it, probably playing it a little bit. What you guys thinking? How y'all feeling? ERC20. They will be utilizing the ERC20 blockchain. That is what the Rushcoin is built on. From my knowledge. I am not on the team. So, don't quote me. Meaty claws. Got the meat claws, bro. I like the fact that they're utilizing kind of their own. Yeah, it's an ERC20. See, that's... ERC20 has some really great plug-and-play abilities. So this could give them the ability to kind of go across multiple platforms pretty seamlessly. No arguments there. All right. Random track. All right. The track's coming up, folks. If you're one of the regulars, you know what that means. Exclamation play right there in the chat, and you'll see your name drop right here. There's Ahmed. Bullet French. Woven. Unity. Squids or Gibbs. The prize for this one will be 10 Rush coins. Valued at, it's probably about $10 worth of Rush coins. Money. I would hold on to it though. Rush is in beta, or Hash Rush is in beta. So you got to keep in mind that as they release things, it's only going to catch more attention. Next thing you know, you're going to be breaking their 100,000, downloaded milestone. So yeah, I hope my marble can actually stay on the track this time. No promises on that, man. No promises on that. I'm sad because I cannot race. If you guys are new to the stream and you want to play, all you got to do is type !play for your chance to win those rush coins. You need some stabilizer. Hey man, I have literally dusted off a few things that I didn't even think I had anymore. Next thing I knew, I had like 10 units and they're like worth all this money, and I'm like, I could sell them, but I'm just gonna get into the game again, and next thing I know, I'm addicted again. So yeah, that's how it goes. At least for me. There's Daughter of May. Mr. DG. So we got about 15 people on the track, but we got like 24 viewers. Well, come on, man. Come on, let's step it up. Let's step it up. $16. I want to see at least 20. At least 20 for our first race. I know that everybody likes to wait for the grand prize, but... Alright, we got about 5 more minutes and then we will kick this off. Oh. And then we can show some gameplay, and we're going to bring Nathan and Chris on. And they're going to be able to answer your questions that I'm sure plenty of you have. Probably a lot about the blockchain. What's that going to be implemented? What it's going to be implemented on? The crafting. I mean, there's plenty to talk about. So in a game like this, what would you guys be excited to see? I'm going to go eat. Be right back. Here, eat a sandwich for me, bruh. Tendy's feeling a little famished. Now, me being an RTS player, like, I remember playing Dune way back when. And I was like, this is so cool. You know, I can build these units. I can attack how I want. It was kind of a linear story, but it wasn't, because, you know, there was so much influence on the levels. And seeing, RTS being done on the blockchain, it's surreal. It's cool, because it doesn't stop growing. Like I was telling the guys earlier, I was like, Dune, yeah, you know. Back in the day, StarCraft, there was World of Warcraft, Tides of Darkness, the expansion and all that, which was really, really good. But I feel like, what's your dream blockchain game? Oh, wow. That's a tough one. I'm going to talk about StarCraft for just one more second, and then I'll go into that one. But StarCraft was really released and played in 1998. Multiplayer was introduced in 1993. The first deathmatch was through Doom. So, it was pretty big. Yeah, you did send me deep into thought with that one. But it wouldn't just be a game for me. It would be a library. But I want to see classic games get thrown onto the blockchain. I want to see Golden Axe played in a 3D arcade. That was, in a virtual world or something like that. I want to see the games kind of expand more into the world. If you've watched Ready Player One or you've read the book, it talks about how, Star Trek world is right next to Star Wars, and you can go seamlessly in between, and, you can teleport to all these different areas. You can actually go to school. People will be able to walk through a grocery store, purchase their groceries, and then, show up on their doorstep. That's like the direction I want to see it go. It's not necessarily just a game that I want to see on blockchain. It's the universe that will be built around it. That's what I want to see. I think that's a good answer, right? Oh, good luck with that, Sega. Yeah, tell me about it. All right, guys. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. All right, we're about to kick off this round. So if you want to get in, you want to win those 10 rush coins, you got to type exclamation play. That's going to put your marble out on the track, and then we're going to have ourselves a winner in just a few minutes. We got 18 people on the track. We almost got 20. Can't have all the team getting on here because, I mean, it kind of defeats the purpose. So. I want to race. Trust me, I want my rush coins for free, but I can't. I'm a host. It doesn't work that way. It's like, yeah, he was doing a contest and he won himself. That doesn't sound like a setup at all. All right, 12:50. The countdown is on. 45 seconds for your chance to win. I wouldn't mind seeing an AR open world blockchain game built on blockchain like Pokemon Go and etc. Yes. There, and that's I see it going that direction. I do. I really do. All right, 20 seconds. Here it goes. First set of rush coins. Yes. And I'm really interested to see what Hash Rush turns into. Like, I mean, I just see endless freaking potential when it comes to, like, you know, real-time strategy. And this is how much you have in a beta. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be bala. All right, guys, here we go. Oh, let's see. Chris, you are leading out the gate. Bullet French overtakes you, though, with one Unity right behind. Little Owl, good to see you, dear. Good to see you. Bullet French gets held up, hitting the blocks, but makes it past. Miezakataz. I think I might have said that right. Hits the teleport. Oh, this is a rough one. Oh, this is probably the worst track we could have got, guys. There will be very few survivors. I know it. Rondon is actually the holder on this level, so we'll see how it goes. Squid? Squid. Boom! Squid gets it, dude! Squid coming in with the early win gets his 10 rush coins. Congratulations, sir. I am fantastic, Little Owl. For real. For real. Alright, Squid. I need you to come into our Discord. DM Kakios or Woven. We're going to need your username for Hash Rush. We're going to need your username off of Twitch and Discord. Obviously, we'll get the one in Discord whenever you message us, but you know. I gotta say it. Well done. And everybody else died. Oh, that level is so brutal. That would be the first one that we get. Ours, Squid. Links right below. So you'll see our Discord. Just click that and it should send you right in. And that's pretty much it for this race. We're going to have 4 more races at the end of the show. 10 hash or rush coins will be given away for those. And the last winner will get 10 rush coins and a copy of Fall Guys. So stick around. I'm going to go pick up Nathan and Chris. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. See you in a few. All right, they're going to need a few minutes to set up. Everybody be patient. We will be back in a few moments.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. See if we can get these guys full screen on here. Make sure everything's coming in nice and crispy. Oh, come on, Twitch, with your delay. There we go.
Hey guys. Hey.
There they are. Welcome. Say hello to the co-founders of Hash Rush, you guys. This is Nathan and Chris. Nathan on the right, Chris on the left. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you for having us.
No worries.
So, hello, Zenzo community. Awesome to be here.
Cool. Very cool. All right, so we are going to kick up Hash Rush. So, guys, if anybody in the chat has any questions, this is a nice time to start bringing them out.
Let's open up the stream as well.
Cool.
So we can see. Yeah, nice. Yep.
Do I realize my voice is like that right now? What is my voice like? Oh God, did my voice changer might have came on. Hold on. Mwahaha. Yeah, it's on Titan.
Okay, that cleaned that up.
For us it was all right, but yeah.
That is my that's the potato overlord voice.
Oh, you were the potato, right?
Yes, I am the potato.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, no. The potato just lives here, and he just hijacks the stream every now and then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta have some kind of technical difficulty, right? All right, so I just launched the game, just hit play. Guys, like I said, this is this is Nathan and Chris, not in the crazy voice. So if you guys have any questions you guys want to throw at them, like I said, this is the time. All right, so we're gonna go jump straight to the play, and I love the opener here. So, guys, just kind of sit back and watch and soak it up. Yeah, that don't look good.
A great tragedy has befallen this realm. The recent crypto storm destroyed many races and societies here in the Hermian Galaxy, but the poor members of the proud Trinell race were most cruelly affected as the survivors on their planets endured a hideous de-evolution. But with great tragedy comes great opportunity.
Yeah, he pissed.
Salvation now lies hidden beneath the surface of these infected planets in rich veins of crypto crystals. The Traveler's grand plan will need you and the many other Voyagers marooned in the galaxy to guide the Ernax as they collect the crypto crystals that infest their worlds. The future of the Hermian Galaxy depends on you.
No pressure. There it is.
I watched this one like 1,000 times, but I still get goosebumps when I'm watching it.
Yeah, you did something when that's like that, man. So it looks like we had a question pop up. What made you guys decide to get into development of this game? What was the ambition behind it?
Yeah, I'll start.
Yeah, you can tackle this one.
I think when we started back in 2017, we the idea was to combine blockchain and gaming and create a way to allow players to withdraw value from their time in the game, and in this sense, in cryptocurrency. Because when I first came to Nathan about the idea, like let's combine blockchain and let's give that this combination of possibility to give value to players. I think the hash rush idea was born only after that, because first I looked at the idea that, okay, let's create a game that benefits the players as much as the developers. And then we were like, we love RTS games, and there's not any like new faces in RTS, and it's pretty old genre, and it's losing its old momentum. And we thought like hash rush can be that that fresh new face that can bring back the old glory days of the RTS, like StarCraft and Warcraft games that me and Nathan played a lot when we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't want to?
Yeah, when Chris came up to me with the idea, at first it was since I was not into the crypto space that much myself, while Chris was, when he said that, yeah, let's make a game out of the bat, RTS was the way to go, and we still are firm believers of like bridging the crypto space and the gaming space is the way to go to teach new players about crypto, that it's not just scams and all that. We want this to be like a learning experience as well, and of course fun of playing a good RTS game.
I think it's a good point, like to touch upon as well. That I think we here in PC Games believe that like gaming is going to be the killer app of like blockchain is going to bring it to the mainstream. And we think like Hashfish has the potential to do that.
Oh, very cool. All right, so I got to do a quick sound check here. It looks like you guys were turned down. So how are they sounding now, chat? Are they need to be turned up a little bit more? Still quiet? Okay, let's see if we can get you guys open a little louder here.
Ready,
No.
spaghetti.
Ready spaghetti. They sounding a little bit better now, guys? Keep talking at me, fellas.
Hey, can you hear us?
Yeah, this is Nathan and Chris from Hashrush. Can you hear us?
Let's see. There's always that 5-second delay, so we'll see. Doesn't sound like it's changing. Hmm. Here, I got an idea. Let me see something real quick. All right, talk at me again.
Hey, it's Hashfish here.
There we go. Let's see if that's a little bit better.
Can you guys hear us?
Go to 100. Don't tell me how to live my life, Mad. Better, but not good. That's strange.
Okay.
Well, let's see here. We'll see if that works a little bit.
Nice echo though.
Oh, it's of course. Just have them yell. Yeah, that's right, guys. Just yell at the mic. Okay, so I'm gonna crank mine down and let you guys adjust the volume out there. I'm chopping wood, smashing rots. Get it? All right, so
Wait. How's it now?
I don't know, but for some reason it seems lower.
Wow. Okay.
This makes perfect sense.
Can you?
There we go. Okay, OBS 64 was the one.
Okay.
Okay.
Now how they coming in, fellas?
Nice.
Yes, there we go. I knew that. I was testing you guys. Y'all all failed me. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it looks like everybody can hear us now. All right. Now I guess I can get y'all back on the screen. Blam. All right. There's their faces. Budamus. No harm, no foul, right? All right. So back into the game. So if you guys have any more questions y'all want to throw out that you can actually hear them now. Easy. Yeah, it was so easy. Be sure to throw them out. I'm going to kind of go into the
Welcome to your planets. Your
little
journey
walkthrough
into the
here.
world of Hashrush begins by establishing your own Ernak colony, and we're here to help you with your first steps.
So if you go to the orb, that's going to kind of be your introduction for new players, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
We have videos there, like our part, like the key game mechanics. That every player who starts a planet should know.
Yeah.
It's nice to see and hear you guys. Okay, so we got any update on when the skins are coming?
That's a good question. I think I know that there's a lot of like community members that we already dropped skins to during the alpha test phase. We did a few cool events on Latvia 100, basically the country where we're both from. Turned 100 last year, and we dropped a few skins there. And right now the thing is that we're redesigning the skin system a bit. So we probably gonna drop the skins back in the game. Drop it to the community members. They, to be honest, they're all there, but we just are gonna drop it back in the game once we have finished the redesign of the skin system. I can tell that there's gonna be few skins left out because we're gonna drop in new skins and just give the community members new skins that are gonna be more polished, better designed, and yeah, just cooler in general. Right?
Sweet. Very sweet. So when y'all started making this game, where did y'all draw inspiration from? Did y'all were y'all into RTS before this? When you decided to make a game, was that the one genre you're like, that's the one we want to work on?
Way back when when we were kids, we used to play Stronghold 1, making custom scenarios, StarCraft, Warcraft 3. Basically, we were playing RTS after RTS after RTS.
Yeah, we used to play all RTS games. Like me and Nathan are childhood friends from the first step we made.
Cool.
And I remember LAN parties. At that time, you didn't have multiplayer. You had to do a LAN party, and me and Nathan both played all like Age of Empires, Stronghold. It was Warcraft.
The painful matches of Heroes of Might and Magic.
Oh,
3.
so many Heroes.
Wow, dude.
And,
That's a
and
name
it just
drop.
and we just, I don't know, when we first came up with the idea of like creating a game that is like play to earn, we automatically knew that we wanted to create a strategy game.
Right.
Because I don't know if you heard us before, we were pretty quiet, but the idea of making a strategy game is because we both love strategy games, and the genre itself has a huge potential, but it has lost a lot of momentum during the past years, and there's not really any new fresh title out there. And, with the Warcraft Reforged, it was everybody, I think, believed it was something.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. That's bringing up a wound right there.
Yeah, let's just remove that Band-Aid.
Yeah, you just straight took a lemon and which, all right, here, let me remind you of that pain. Yeah, because, the way that they showed that, and, this is, this is one of those things, oh, God, I'm being attacked. This is one of the issues that kind of happens with it, is it's very misleading. There's... they said that they're going to do all these things, and basically all they did was just kind of reskinned it and send it out.
In a way, yes.
Yeah, definitely being led astray. So that's cool though. That kind of says y'all know a lot about the genre, and not only are you, building on something that you've played a whole lot, it's something that you have a lot of respect and love for. I think that's cool.
Yeah, and people that we have drawn in, like people to help us design the game and design the in-game economy and design the tokenomics and everything. They all are huge fans of RTS games, and when we all work remotely. We're not all in the same place, but when we meet up, what we do are basically StarCraft multiplayer games. That's how we interact with each other, and shout out to TSG, our developers, Christian and Adrian, and Adrian is our key. He's our lead artist, basically 3D artist, and he plays StarCraft like insane. His
He's a Zerg. He's a Zerg.
He makes decisions so fast, and he can do things so fast. It's it's a bit annoying, but still, it's so awesome.
Very cool. So we had another question. It said, did you? I'm pretty sure y'all did. Y'all played Command and Conquer, huh?
Yeah, generals.
Yeah, we used to have there was a Rick, I think he was one of the lead producers on Command and Conquer, right?
Yeah, our previous game designer, he was working on the Command and Conquer series.
Yeah.
way back when. And
90s.
yeah, he was a great asset to the team. But as things go, sometimes it mixes, sometimes it doesn't.
Oh yeah,
But yeah,
I get that. Trust me. So
But he
let's-
gave a lot of input in the game, and the story-wise, I think was the biggest.
yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's see. Mizgataz, how? Wait. No, this is Service Nomad. What are your plans for development of the game? What is the ultimate goal of the project? Cyberspot?
There's
Okay.
a picture destroying your column.
Yeah, I'm on him. I'm on him. I got this.
Do you wanna maybe Nathan? You wanna start?
I would say the biggest milestone that we have is when you have 3 factions, and of course PvP multiplayer, because every faction will have to work on a PvE status for some time, and when all factions are basically live and at the same level, then we will try PvP, and that's when the multiplayer really kicks in.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I think that's from a blockchain aspect of the game, and maybe more of like financial aspect as well. You know, it's important to keep the game alive and going. I think it's to create a economy in the game that is self-sustainable through B2B trading. I think that's huge, the most important from that side. Basically, we want to create a game that allows players to easily and freely trade with each other. That's enhancing the blockchain part, but getting a fee from those trades is something that and get us enough money to keep on going. I think that's the end goal there.
Nice. That's honest. No objections there. So let's see. Mezcataz, how excited were you guys when you raised funds during the ICO? Did you realize that the time that Hash Rush was going to be huge?
I think we don't really call it ICO. We call it crowdfunding campaign more because it's still a game, and it was like ICO is mainly what pointing out is that like you will win, you will get that much profits out of this coin. Or we never commercialize that way. We are here to play the game, but in the sense when we got the funds in, I think it just showed us that there's people believing in the project and the idea of PlayTurn, and that just gives us more drive, of course, to go out and deliver. And I think when me and Nathan first wrote an article about like PlayTurn game, that didn't really go into much about Hash Rush and everything. And when we got attention in the blockchain space, that's when we knew that like we have to go and follow this dream of world of PlayTurn, and the Hash Rush just came after that and was in the middle of all of that. So we're just we're right now trying to deliver the idea of where we came from in 2017.
That's super cool, man, because it's a hard road, and I like how you said it. It's like, no, this wasn't more of an ICO. This was more of we need the funds to build this game. And the ICOs that plagued 2017 and early 2018, a lot of them were just blatant cash grabs. They were using keywords that were hot at the time, trying to just draw as much money as they could out from people. And it looks like y'all approached like, hey, we've got this idea. If you're on board with it, help us out.
Yeah, that was the idea behind it. And I think when back in 2017 when we did it, I think we missed like the huge jump in ICOs that were at end of the 2017. We did it much earlier. But we just knew that we already had like the MVP. We already had built it from our own funds, and we already had like the plan and all the concept was there. But there's to build a game that totally disrupts the current system, how games work, games that are not based on microtransactions and gambling. It's hard, and it just takes time. And we hope that one day, like the standard that we're building here with this player-driven economy and community-driven content as well, is going to be standard for the games in general. That's what we want to see.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, so this is fond memories of LAN parties growing up. A friend had a black light and a fog machine in his garage and turned it on while we played StarCraft. I think everybody's seen the picture of the one guy playing StarCraft in a LAN party where he's taped to the ceiling.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is literally a testament to our era. We may not
Yeah.
have space, but damn it, we'll make room. That's very cool. Alright, so on a side note, Arby's beef and cheddar sandwich glow in black light. I can honestly say I did not know that.
Oh, that's
Shout
cool.
out to Arby's. Call us. So, if y'all guys have got any more questions, be sure to drop them in the chat. I am currently getting beat up by monsters when I'm not looking, but I'm getting that GP when I can. Let's see, my worker. Looks like he jumped in the mix. Do the workers actually attack?
They do, right?
Okay.
Yeah, they have attack capabilities. We're gonna try to move them a bit away from that system, but self-defense is I would say it's better than they would just run away if the enemy units would try to attack them.
Right. No, I got you. Because, I mean, that's like in StarCraft and everything. Yeah, you could use them because I remember a lot of people would do the little hatchling rush and then just send out a bunch of them to just, disrupt their base early on. So it's cool that they have that attack aspect, but, I mean, 2 or 3 of them are going to get, their butts handed to them by versing a slasher. So you probably want to make sure you got some swordmen out there.
Yeah, and I think in Alpha, when we first introduced combat system, there was this tactic I think used from some of the community members. I would like to shout out Unity, by the way. I think he was the one pointing out that you can do that. Basically, just create workers, and they just cleared out the planet. We did a lot of rebalancing, and heading into beta.
Cool. Very cool. Let's see. So at one point, HashRush was going to integrate actual crystal mining using computer processing power. For obvious reasons, this was scrapped. What was the thought process behind the pivot?
Basically, the thought process was always the play turn, like how to create a way for players to generate revenue at that point from the game. And and at that point, we wanted to create a way that player could withdraw funds, and it was a pretty basic idea that we would create like a hashing pool, and the best players could split it up. But because of the crypto dropping and everything, it wasn't sustainable anymore. So what we did is we redesigned everything, and we just redesigned everything about around trading. Mm-hmm. Still, it would be a key part anyways, but like we had to drop that idea. And of course we would love to have it in, and we would love to split the funds with the community, but some ideas are not meant to be.
No, I mean,
and in game design, you understand that. I think HashRush has moved out from a lot of we have changed a lot of things to really compel to the modern audience. Community as well, right, Nathan?
Yeah, there have been many ideas that at first, when you put it on the whiteboard, you're like, yes, this solves basically everything. After a few weeks, you look at that idea and you're like, this causes so much chaos. Like this one point, this one sentence. So yeah, there has been a couple of situations like that, but all these situations are learning experiences for the future, and shaping and molding the game.
Yeah, no, and I get that. I mean, and I'm right with you on that. Sometimes it looks good on the whiteboard, but after a little while, it's like, wait a minute, this is just gonna make everything go wrong. And it's funny how one line of code can literally just make everything go chaotic. In development jokes, guys, we got them. So let's see. Yeah, that happens. So any more questions anybody wants to throw out to these guys? Come on, don't be shy. Now, me personally, like, when it comes to the RTS and the fact that y'all actually come up with like a scoreboard and everything, and y'all are doing like, I seen y'all did away with being able to convert the crystals into GP. That makes a whole lot of sense to me, because then you have somebody who's just sitting there literally just farming the GP.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that one somehow, it from the last question that was from the community and asked about the splitting the hash power, and I think that was another point where I never made it to the game because the game wasn't stable enough.
Mm-hmm.
And Nathan, yeah, he wanted to add on that. Sorry.
The conversion was, I would say, it was more of a patch and a testing experience. For to have a. At first, we were thinking of the colony levels to be the sole progression system of the game. That it would be the way that items, planets, playing experience would be basically leveled. But it with the how many units you can kill and how many galaxy points you can get from those, it was kind of we thought that the GP conversion could be changed into something better, like the crystals would be used in crafting. So we did switches on that.
Yeah, and crafting is going to be a huge part of the game. When we introduce heroes, it's going to be, I think, one of the key opponents, like getting into the trading. I think crafting is going to be like to get to the trading part, you will need to go through crafting, right? So it means that you're opening up a whole new world once you get into crafting, and crystals are just going to be a key part of a key component of that. So crystals are here to stay, guys. So don't worry about that.
They ain't gonna be getting rid of the crystals anytime soon. So let's see. Any plan for a Linux version?
We're getting this often, and we know we're building on Unity, so we could support it. But the dev hours, that basically what we can do is we want to do it, but we're utilizing the time in other right now in other opponents, other game features. But we did a post on Reddit in strategy gaming like subreddit, and one of the comments that we got and had most upvotes was about like when are you going to get a Linux version of the game. So we know it's important when we're gonna try to do it as soon as possible.
Very cool. So in what ways players will be able to earn in game? Would there be NFTs?
There are. I would say the key way to earn is still the trading. You have to get into the P2P marketplace, and you just have to trade items that at that point are maybe more valuable to other players. I would say there are there are three ways that player can interact with the game. There's the players who just explore planets, get resources, and craft, and those are traders as well at the same time. And then there are the ones that just want to participate in leaderboards, and are more competitive. And then, of course, there's this casual player who doesn't really care about any of those two things. He just wants to explore planets and just maybe customize their worlds. But to sustain the competitive player, there will be need for these traders, right, and these crafters. So basically, that's the main way to get money, is by trading valuable in-game items to other players, because in the end, we as developers won't be selling any items in the store. They all just going to come through the community and players themselves and through the gameplay. And the other way is to participate in the challenges as well. And in challenges, we want to distribute both cryptocurrency and valuable NFTs that they can then sell to other players in the P2P marketplace, or they can bring them out and sell them on third-party marketplace as well.
That's cool. I like that. I mean, it's so easy to start putting price tags on stuff. I know we were talking about it earlier, and sometimes the punishment just doesn't justify the means. Let your markets and let your community determine the value of something, and sometimes you'll find that you think something might be cheap and turns out it's, a $200 item, and you don't know until it's out there. So that's cool, letting your community kind of decide that. Let's see. All right, so with the move not to sell Hash Rush from the store, how will the game and you guys receive income just from trading fees? I think you kind of explained that before, didn't you?
Yeah, we right now we're gonna have the key factors: trading fees, it's on-ramp fees as well. So basically, for players that we are right now talking to some bigger names in the industry who can help us on-ramp users with US dollar against Rush.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna take a bigger fee on that, and that's gonna help us out with the developing. And of course, we will at the beginning we will sell a few items in the store, like we want to sell heroes. These are like more stronger units, just allow hero founder bundles. But that isn't really to make money, it's more to just get enough funds to finish the hero system,
Right.
But the key revenue drives will be the fees on the marketplace and on ramping new users.
There it is. So let's see, is there going to be a reward for completing a planet?
Yes. First off, you're gonna get. We're redesigning the crafting with the crafting system. The unique resources that you right now you can see spawning around the map. Those will be tied to destroying the Crystal Fiend, which is the end boss of each planet, and like destroying enemy buildings. So it gives you a more of a drive to finishing planets as fast as you can and get the unique resources, and then jumping to a new planet to get more unique resources because they're going to be tied to crafting. And with multiple new planets and planet types, we're going to be spreading out the unique resources on a planet per planet basis, where if you're on a desert planet, you're not going to be able to get Ghostwood or Snail Slime because those are tied to a forest planet. So players will have to move from planet to planet to search for these items and unique resources.
Cool. So that means, with how many planets are you guys talking about cranking out? Are you just going to kind of keep them going out as time goes on, or are you have a kind of a plan on a set limit?
Currently, in the let's say in the roadmap, we have listed out a letter 9 planets, with each with their own set of unique resources, enemy units, tactics that you can play, like that sort of thing.
Cool. Very cool. Hey, keep those questions rolling in, guys. We'll throw them out there. But somebody who's played RTS for a long time, when I know y'all, and I talked about this earlier, the map system. One of the, every RTS I've ever played always has their little map in the bottom left or right hand corner. The fact that y'all kind of have the map as a part of the whole world, being able to pull back and see all your units kind of instantly like that, what made y'all come up with that system instead of just putting in a map?
You want to?
I would say first UI restrictions. That's we tried putting it in one of the corners, but that didn't reach a I would say public testing level. Because in house it was just like where to put this thing. Should it be bound to a key, or no? We would just teach the player from basically when they get into the game, scroll back to see the map, and basically your planet is your map.
That's there it is right there.
We had ideas with certain icons and then visual indications on where stone is, where trees are, where your buildings are, where the enemy units are. Basically, if you scroll back, you can basically see your mini map with the indications that enemy units are attacking. You see them as like a red dot, or
Yeah, we have that in. We're probably gonna put that back in, but because of optimization, we had to take it out because the game still needs optimizing, of course. And I think another point here is that it's a 3D planet. You know,
Yeah.
all other RTSs are on
on a flat surface.
Yeah, flat surface, and that again makes it a bit harder, really, to create a mini map of a kind. And I think the idea of scrolling out really and seeing your planet in the universe, and maybe in the future we will add other planets around. It's going to give you that sense that you're exploring galaxy and you're really exploring a planet here. You know?
That's cool. And I mean, personally, like I played a bunch of RTS, and I don't miss the map. Like, I don't necessarily need it. If I need to be able to see like my whole area, like you said, I just pull back and I can see my units and see where people would be coming in and stuff like that. And then it kind of takes the old school kind of RTS feel, but then you can just go right into them. And I mean, you detailed your characters up to where it makes sense to get close. So it works. I wouldn't be mad if I didn't see a map. Which, I mean, I don't think that's probably the easiest thing to tackle. And the fact that, I mean, a lot of it was due to restrictions and stuff like that, it goes like the old development saying, when bugs become features. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, that's a good saying.
Yeah.
Do you know, Nathan, any other things that maybe at first didn't make sense but ended up being in the game and everybody...
As a feature?
Yeah.
It's actually from way back when at first we thought that each planet would have a set amount of units that you basically would go as like a huge checklist. You go through and then start just killing. If you kill all the enemy units, a boss spawns and you kill that one, and you're basically done with the planet. But then, like, say, I can't find the last enemy unit, or I can't just it was just too much of a chore. So hey, why not waves of enemy, a normal enemy base, basically set those I would say staples of an RTS, enemy bases, unit spawning, waves, all that good stuff that we grew up with while playing Warcraft 3, StarCraft, you name it.
Oh yeah. So let's see, will you guys be collaborating with other blockchains like CryptoKitties and HashRush? I don't know, we want CryptoKitties and HashRush. It's an attack cat.
Well, that is not too far-fetched because we have Raken units, and imagine you could put your customized, let's say, CryptoKitty as a skin for your Raken unit. Okay. So that is not too far-fetched.
Very cool.
Yeah,
okay.
That's like multi, like cross-promoting and, getting like other NFTs in the game and using them, in our universes. I think it's pretty cool. And yeah, we could definitely explore that further.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I personally like that. I like to see the integration between other things kind of collab up and stuff like that. And you see these cross things that come up. But I have one question I have to ask first. Where did the name Rakens come from?
So, at first, like, okay, we need like cavalry units. So, at first we were like, okay, so we need an animal, on which the Airnax could ride. Of course, horses seem like too too much of a. I would say in this world, as you look at it right now, horses kind of don't fly well. So we thought raccoons, and Rakens came from.
Come on, I know where it came from. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's actually a fun fact that Chris pointed that out to me before. But yeah, Ricky from Trailer Park Boys called raccoons Rakens. Yes, yes.
I knew it. When I saw the Raken Riders, I was like, they have to be a fan of Trailer Park Boys. They have to be, because that is such a nod to them. Oh my god, I can't. Yes. Okay, y'all just went to epic in my book because y'all did that, just that name alone. I'm getting completely slaughtered. Apparently the waves are a lot stronger than they were just a few months ago.
Which planet are you, by the way?
Just the starter planet, I think.
Can you press on P?
Yeah. Go into the planet selection screen, please.
Oh no, I'm not on Pharos. I'm on a different one.
Turnus 1. That is the basically normal level planet.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Alright, we'll rebuild. Gotta be able to take the punches.
Yeah, this is a another thing that we wanted to also, as a learning experience for the players. It is okay to lose a planet. You, of course, if you can hold on, to one planet for that long, kudos to you. But the sequence of either you win a planet and you choose a new one and then colonize that one, or you lose one, then go to the next, colonize that one. Just the circle of going from planet to planet to planet to planet and getting more and more resources to craft new and better items.
Mm-hmm. See, I mean, I was getting all casual about it. I'd be like, yeah, I can deal with these waves coming in, no problem. But just like in old school RTS fashion, they're getting stronger while you're getting stronger. So if you don't protect yourself, you end up in this situation.
Yeah, I was looking at the in the top middle section of the UI. You can see the severity of the waves that you're going to experience. And yeah, you had the assault waves. That's basically the level 3. It sends a rough bunch of units your way. So
we're doing a little redesign on the waves as well. We think it's gonna hit probably the live build in September and then September, right?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be.
Like, I mean, me personally, I don't like a game that's too easy. I want a game that's going to beat me up and slap me around a little bit and then teach me how to be better. If you just go through the gate and everything's just kind of handed to you and everything else, you don't really have much of a replayability. And when I got to the point to where I could build the towers and defend the waves and stuff like that, I found that I was like, okay, I can handle these. But just like I was saying, if I don't stay up on these things, next thing you know, you end up in this situation. Now, I'm not saying I couldn't make sure that this all happens. I'm probably just going to reset this planet just to reset it. Now, when I reset the planet and everything, I still keep my GP that I earned, correct?
Yes, you have a planet-based GP and the global GP.
Mm-hmm.
The planet-based GP is set to a 10,000 GP cap, but the global is endless. The more planets you complete for 10k, those 10k then get added to your global GP.
Yeah, and basically the global GP is going to be the key factor in the P2P challenges that are going to come up soon as well.
Cool. So that kind of being said, it's fairly forgiving. What I find that in a lot of these blockchain games, that if you lose something, it's gone, and you don't get it back unless you buy it back. And these are only just a handful of games, but this was kind of a going thing for a little while. Because I think it was not Ultima Online. Was it Ultima Online that was like that? I'm probably thinking of another game. It's like a space game, and you could do all this farming and everything else, but if your ship got blown up, guess what? That's it, cuz it's gone. And
Yeah.
that's brutal. And there's a room for that hardcore gaming and everything else like that. But I felt like you guys approached it. How do we kind of appeal to all sets of gamers? The casual gamer, the hardcore gamer, this the person just getting into RTS, the RTS, maximalist that only plays RTS. I feel like y'all kind of covered a lot of different levels that way.
What do you think?
I would say yes. With at first we had only one level of difficulty per planet, but what is easy for one player is insanely difficult for the other.
Right.
So whenever a new player starts a game, he starts on the easy planet, and when he completes that, he can choose either from normal, hard, and he can retry an easy planet, basically to get into the game and how the mechanics work.
Yeah, and, yeah, that's the game. I think that somebody just commented on the stream. But
Yeah, it was EVE Online, and CSC is doing something similar, but they eased everybody into it. They just didn't open it up to where, hey, you could buy these ships, and if it blows up, it's gone. I felt like they kind of took people by the hand and did it a proper way.
I think one of the, I'm not a game designer myself, but Nathan, maybe you can back me up here. But one of the key factors that our lead game designer Mark Gilbert always says that you don't really have to, you don't want to not teach, but like you don't want the player to experience. You don't have to not teach the player something through losing and failing, right? You need to teach him through progression, and that's the best way really to do it, right?
Yeah, when a player through gameplay, when he gets better gear, he gets better buildings, he gets better upgrades, so on and so forth. He learns and inevitably gets better because he gets more accustomed to the game. It's like starting a MMO from the start. Like you have your basic armor, you have your basic skills, and the more you play, the more you explore, and the more you basically get accustomed to the game, you will inevitably get better, and you will be better than anybody else who starts the game from scratch.
And it's always the exchange. Always, you lose some, you always have to gain something. You knowledge or something, but you just can't. And even at a time when it's hard to really design a game where real money is involved. To be honest, and it's not only hard to design it from the economy side, but from security side as well, and from farming side. You don't want the game to be an exploit.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's where a lot of these blockchain games just are missing it. That you have to. You have to be really detailed on what you do. You have to keep it still. You have to keep it still fun for the player, but you have to remember that it's the real money involved.
Right.
And when you take something away from a player who has bought it for 1 Ethereum, for example, because he lost the fight, it seems just too rough.
Yes.
I wouldn't play that.
Oh, you lost the planet too.
Personally, those games are hard to get into, but the thing is I do think that there is a player base that looks for that. They like being punished. They're the gaming masochists, as I like to call them. But like you guys were talking about, it's all about proper conveyance. If you cannot convey how the game should be played, how somebody can progress, how somebody can be better, that's when you end up with a lot more issues than you do if you were to take the time to show how to play your game, how to get better before they just get handed out to the wolves. I feel like there's a lot of games out there that just assume the player is going to figure it out, and that doesn't always work. I look at it as I want the person who's never played a video game in their life to be able to play this. And if you can do that, your conveyance is on point. There's no doubt about it. And I look at games like from old school, like Mega Man X. When you first start playing that game, you walk about 10 feet and then boom, you collapse and you're in this area where the walls are like this. That's where you first learn how to wall jump. And they don't tell you a single thing. It's like, you're going to stay in this pit until you figure out how to get out. just little things like that teach you how to play the game and how to do like charge up your weapon and everything before you even play the first level. So you don't lose lives, you don't have any kind of worry about continuing or anything. But by the time you're done with that first introduction level, you have a good idea on how to play the game. So it's, but there's some games that are out there, and these are brand new games that just don't have that. They don't have that conveyance. I felt like there was a little bit of a wall when I came into Hash Rush, but the answers were there. Like I had to talk to the orb, I had to figure out how to build this, I had to figure out that. And it wasn't just handed to me, it was told how to do it, but it was rewarding as I was learning how to play the game. And that's what it's about.
Yeah. No, I think we still have a lot of things to do on the tutorial and side, of course.
Yeah, at first we were thinking of having a tutorial planet that would go from like basically a chapter-based tutorial planet, like camera movement, gathering resources, selecting units, building buildings, unique resources, and so on and so forth. But we thought that also how players and people interact. They interact with some visual presentation, and the orb kind of facilitates that part of the space where you see a tutorial played before you, and then you say, "Oh, let's say in simpler terms, monkey see, monkey do." So yeah, it would be a very simple and easy tutorial to do in that way.
Right. Well, I mean, there's not this huge learning curve either. If you've been in RTS, you already kind of have an idea of how to approach it. I've got to build these buildings in order to get these units to be able to make this unit stronger or this building. And from RTS, but even for the person who's never played it, the videos and everything else, but then you also have the community. The community will actually get out there and back people up and be like, oh, you got to do this. So there's an infinite amount of resources that you can find to learn how to play the game.
Yeah. And now, of course, our the core community that we currently are aiming for are the RTS people. And, it's still a strategy game right now, and it's rough around the edges. So we know, and I think what we're trying to add in and how we are trying to build up the user experience is that for a strategy gamer, it's well known. Of course, there are a few things that are it is unique for the game, not only the blockchain part, but from the gameplay side as well. But still, when you're a strategy gamer and you come in, you know this is a strategy game. But of course, if we want to hit the mainstream audience and we want this game to really go big, it's really a key component to work on the first time user experience in the tutorial. So we're still gonna do a lot of definitely upgrades on that end.
So now that you can actually level up your Bastion instead of having to build up everything, you plan on making any kind of visual changes as you level it up?
Yes, starting from visual aspects like a particle effect and a sound, of course, a sound effect as well. And from the visual aspect, we see that the Voyager's Bastion is, it will take some changes, but yeah, level 1, level 2, like the inspiration comes from Warcraft 3, the Night Elf faction. Basically, your tree gets more and more grand with every level that it reaches.
Yeah, no, I've actually I forget the RTS game. It was Lord of the Rings. They kind of had, for the Elven race, they had a tree that would kind of level up. So that's kind of cool.
Battle for Middle Earth.
Yep, that's the one.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
yeah, we played that also. So.
That was a good one. It was a hell of a good one.
We already have
Go Isengard.
Yeah.
We already I think designed the 2D art released for the level 2 and level 3. By the way,
I would say we have 5.
Levels. 5 levels even. So
Nate comes in with I said 5. So no, let's see. Somebody was asking, how long do you expect it to take to clear the hardest planet?
Right now, 2 hours, right? 2.5, something
Well,
like that.
two and a half. If you are accustomed with the wave system that is in right now, yeah, 2 hours. But if you play the Vexus 2 and Pyreneus 2 planets, those have an extra zone where the enemies spawn. So basically, you have to cover more ground, and if you can't handle Vexus 1 and Pyreneus 1, or even the Pharos 1, then yeah, get accustomed to those first, and then choose the higher difficulty ones.
Yeah, because I have a feeling that if you just decide to jump into the hardest ones, you're quickly going to find yourself in a precarious situation.
Yeah, because not only there are more bases on the harder planets, the enemy mobs are of a different level. Medium planets have challenge accepted. Yeah, you're quite the player. So yeah, we. No, I didn't lost my trail of thought there.
That happens. Trust me, I got ADD like the best of them. You can dangle string in front of me and I'm done. So, yeah, you're forgiven.
Yeah, the planets, the medium and hard planets, they have mobs of a higher level, meaning more HP, more damage, bigger resistances. So you have to basically get. If you could tackle a wave with 10 units, with level 2, you need, I would say, 14 units, and the higher it gets, the more units you actually have to have in order to kill a enemy wave successfully without losing too many units.
Nice.
Yeah, because that's why the game is, I think, in a way unique as well. You know, you're trying, the waves are coming, but you're still trying to explore, and you're still trying to, expand your colony. So it's like you're fighting an uphill battle, but at the same time, it's winnable if your if your strategy is good.
Mm-hmm. Well, I also noticed that y'all actually have more elements to gather. So you have food, you have stone, you have metal, and then you have wood, and then you also have fireflies, which actually help you expand your view of the map. What kind of made y'all go down that road instead of the typical just one resource? Was it just overdone and you wanted to see something different, or?
No, I would say that the thing is that we wanted to in a way create more. It's not only about the combat in the game. It's about building your colony as well. Mm-hmm. And for me and for Nathan as well, and for the game designers that have just helped design the game, I think it has been that collecting more resources and having more way of choice what you can collect and what you can build. It means that it just gives you that sense of expanding your colony and building your colony and maintaining your colony. It gives a better sense of that. So it's not only a combat game, it's a base builder as well.
Right. I like it. So let's see.
Of course, I think
do this update, but I'll be going in after the stream. Very nice. So it looks like One Unity has accepted the challenge to beat the hardest planet in 2 hours. Who wants to take it on? Well,
right. How fast you did. Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, in terms of resources and why we chose this particular palette, like Age of Empires, they have food, stone, wood, and gold.
Mm-hmm.
So we have, as our base resources, we have 5 instead of 4, and we have advanced resources like planks, stone blocks, and ingots. In the future, and crypto crystals as well. Mm-hmm. In the future, we had ideas to expand on the fireflies and the food resource. As you can see, there is UI space, as you can see right now. So we're going to be tinkering around more refined resources for those as well.
And I think it gives a lot of space really for the balancing as well. You can experiment a lot when you have that much of resources. You can really experiment. You can really make the game more, I would say, more interesting. You know,
Sure.
I have played several times Hash Rush, and when I'm in the battle, I suddenly know that I'm missing the resources that are key components, but I have huge amount of like I don't know wood, that it doesn't really give you that good of like combat units.
Archers.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
What resources you have, that's what you build, right?
Right.
Yeah, and like it gives you a lot of like options, and I think again that's just to expand on the content we have.
You're going to town on that slasher there.
I ain't letting them through that bridge. It's my bridge.
Like-
And I'm kind of a general, like, I try to play a balanced field. So I'll have a front line, I'll have a back line, I'll have somebody who's doing healing. I'll kind of do that. I wouldn't say meta gameplay, but it's more of a balance. You know what I mean? So I have critters that do what I need them to do. If you find yourself building like one unit and then the counter for that unit comes up, you'll quickly find yourself in a bad situation because there's nothing you can do about it. So let's see, we got one more question before we go into the next round of marbles. Are there thoughts on repairing buildings, like either with a unit or heal over time? I think you can actually repair your buildings as long as they're not being attacked, correct?
Yes, if your building has sustained damage, there
right there.
button appears in that building's UI that you can repair that building.
Mm-hmm.
It costs resources as well.
Depending on how much it has been
Yeah,
destroyed.
it is percentage based on how much HP has been lost.
Right on. Right on, right on. Oh, your browser encountered an error. Okay. My connection was interrupted. Okay. My laptop's just like, I'm not going to be on the internet anymore. Peace out. I gotta watch a PlayStation commercial for my own stream. Whatever. Alright, so it is about that time. We are about to start going into marbles. We can still take more questions and everything else like that. But for now, we are going to back out of Hash Rush. Guys, what do y'all think? If this is your first time seeing it, what do you guys think about it? Oh, I'll have a look at that. Let's see. But alright, so we're gonna get some marbles up here, get some jams going on. Hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. It's definitely been awesome having you guys on.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's great to be. Yeah, this is our first stream, by the way. So yeah.
Well, y'all are killing it. So I mean, trust me, my first stream was not as good. But you got to start somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, so let's get some marbles going.
We definitely can do this more often. I think it's cool.
Yeah, this sort of reminds me of one pitch session we had with Japanese investors, and after we did the entire pitch session, the first thing that the I would say the host of the investor meeting said, you guys look so tense. Why are you so tense?
Yeah, we were just, we had just came up with the idea of like, Hash Rush, and we were looking for investors, and we had never done anything like that. It was a new experience. I remember me and Nathan, we were totally freezing.
Yeah, suited up. Why are you guys so tense?
We had no really idea of like how that works. Anything. Yeah.
Well, I mean, once you do it a few times and you're with your community, and I will tell you this: I've had my fair share of trolls, but when it comes down to our mods and everything, they are way meaner than any troll that could ever come out. And when it comes to defending, Hash Rush or Zenzo or anything, you won't have to say anything. Usually, your community be like, "Look here, dude, you need to back up."
Yeah. That's true. Really, our community is awesome. Yeah. I've been really, really proud of having the guys on, and thanks to everybody who have been supporting us, and have become a core community member, and it has been awesome.
Oh, for sure. It's all about the ride, man. It's all about the ride. All right, we got the first track up, guys. If anybody wants to play, all you got to do is type !play to get in on the race. Looks like, let's see, been monitoring the project since 2017. Very impressed to see continual updates and progress. Keep it up. There it is right there.
Thank
Nice,
you.
man.
That's it. It
Yeah.
just makes you smile because, you know, I've been in this space for a long time. And nobody has to go out of their way to say anything nice. They don't have to go out of the way to do anything that would help the community. But when people do, it's so appreciated because it's not one of those things that's a given. You earned it. You earned their respect and you earned their loyalty. So that's something.
It is. And, you know, every time that somebody comes in, even a new community member, and writes something good, like, you know, like I talked to somebody like last week, he had some problems logging in, and usually when I help somebody logging in, like the next, when he gets in, you know, next question is, how are you enjoying the game?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he wrote to me like this is a cool game. You know, it has still some bugs, but you know, it has huge potential, and that just, you know, that gives you this energy that, like, I know what I see, that somebody's enjoying what I'm doing and what I'm trying to build here, and you know, that just keeps us, I think, going.
Yep.
Yeah.
I dig off that energy all the time. Sometimes it can be hard, and then all it can take is that one person just saying that, like, you guys are doing great, and it can scrape you right off the floor and push you forward. Because this is not an easy space, guys, especially if you're trying to do the right thing. In fact, it's 10 times harder if you're trying to do the right thing. So, you know, hats off to you guys for building something, one, that you're, you know, passionate about and have a lot of love for, but two, going about the right way and the best ability possible.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank
And I think you guys aren't far away from that as well, right? I think your story really represents, like, when you first told me your story, I was like, I was in shock. You know, a lot of people just put their hands and drop their hands and wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
And you know, but you guys have built something great out of nothing. So shout out to Zenzo as well.
Hey, man, and you know, we've seen a lot of different things come through crypto and gaming and blockchain gaming. We've got our own answers and our own approach, and when we had the, you know, the straight up catastrophe that happened to Loner Lease and turned into Zenzo, we wasn't looking and trying to place blame. All we knew is we had to pick up the pieces and we had to make it right. Didn't matter whose fault it was, but it's on us at this point. And what are we going to do? Are we going to just drop it, or are we going to do everything to the best of our ability to build something worth building? And I guess that's another reason that we do the checkpoint. We like to see other people that are, you know, there's a struggle. There's always a struggle, but you're doing the best you can, and you're building something you're passionate about, you love. So when we see that, and I saw that instantly when I went into the Hash Rush community, I was like, oh no, these guys are checkpoint material. Come on to Uncle Tindy. I'll take care of you. Come on. And I was just started talking to Chris, and then I had I don't know, we talked for probably about an hour or two the first time we talked. Just going about from old school gaming to our projects and everything else. So I knew there was some chemistry, and I was like, well, come on to the checkpoint. And here it is. So let's see if we got any more questions. Most likely towards the end. Yes, Fall Guys will actually be the last race of the show, guys. So there will be 10 Rush Coins and a copy of Fall Guys. Right now, we are going to race for 10 Rush Coins, and we're going to go. Let's just go ahead and kick it off. Let's see who's going to get this set. Now, remember, if you want to get these Rush Coins, you have to have a Hash Rush account. So go to the Hash Rush website, make your account, download your game. Do it. It's free.
Yeah, and leave feedback as well. You know,
Please.
feedback's all.
Yes,
Yeah,
join
please.
their Discord. I mean, I have been in there every day, and they are in there every single day. So if there is something that you want to either contribute or bring up, if you found a bug, that's where you go drop it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's. I think that's great. From another great point of having like a community-driven game is that, you know, you have all of these testers out there that just give you feedback and give you bug reports, and
Yeah.
I can maybe concentrate on other aspects of the game.
Yes.
Awesome as well.
Oh, it's very cool. I mean, that's the difference between a lot of these games that are out there. You got to listen to your community. I've seen some of them that they just put on blinders and they just like, I want to make my vision. There is nothing wrong with that, but don't expect everybody to be on board. You're seeing your vision may not be the person to your left's vision, may not be the person to your right's vision. So adapt, become fluid, take people's ideas, introduce them to your own ideas, and you might come up with something truly magical. But keeping an open mind is very important in this realm.
It is.
Let's see, how many races to the last one? There will be 4 races to the last one. This being one of them.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
And we do this every Sunday. We give out Zenzo to the top 3 winners. We do 15, 10, and 5. So you can leave making some bucks. Looks like Barney is Barnell1246 is leading, but Ahmed is sneaking up. Oh, One Unity takes the dive. Come back. Oh God, Vlad. Oh God, Daughter of May, Paul, Harlock. Everybody's dying.
They're like they're dropping through.
Yeah, they'll either drop or get hit by that hammer and just yeet it off. This kind of tricks you. It makes it look like you're about to fall off, but you don't.
What?
Ahmed is one of our avid racers, and Barney124. I think he might slip through. Come on, Barney. Come on.
Oh. Come on.
Bad gamer sending the lemons. Thank you, sir. Barney gets hit by 1 block. This might give Ahmed a chance to catch. Oh, God. Some of these maps are just brutal.
Yeah.
Do you choose them or they're randomly?
I just choose them randomly, so I don't really. All right, Barney1246, come join our Discord. Message Wolven or message Kakios and give us your username for Hash Rush and your tag here on Twitch. All right. And the lovely Hash Rush team, we're going to give those names and everything to them after the show, and they will be sending you your Rush coins. I'm really wanting to play this as a Marble Madness reboot or something. Oh, dude. Marble Madness on NES. Talk about a name drop. That was one of the most infuriating games for NES. I clearly remember raging out on that game. Because you just played as a little marble and you tried to get through the track. But you actually rolled it back and forth. And there was all of these things that would just destroy you. And it was one of those just brutal games that where if you died, you pretty much had to start over.
Wow.
So yeah. Many moons being angry at that game.
Congrats, Barney.
Barney says pass it forward. So looks like the next round will be worth 20. This actually happens quite a bit. Some people just race our races just to have fun. And if they don't want the prize, we usually just go over and hand it to the next one. So this is what we'll do. 20 Rush coins will be on the line for this next one. The stakes just went up. And they're about $1 value each, aren't they?
It's still community decides, but once we go live in the game, it's going to be right now in the beta at least. It's going to be $1 to sell to other players.
So that's almost $20 on the line for this next race. So y'all better get your marble on the track, or you're gonna get left behind. Exclamation play. That's what you do to get in. So let's see. Oh, almost 3rd place. I wonder what a Rush coin is worth. Oh, I guess we just answered that. Let's see. That's the only problem when everybody starts typing exclamation play. I can't see anything that's being written.
Come on, set your marbles on to play.
Yeah, come on, y'all know the drill. Can you sell them right now? Come on, Matt.
Yep.
Don't be that guy. Don't be just getting your coins and going out there and selling them. I know how you are.
of course, you can sell them if you want. You know, you can always ask in the community. Maybe somebody wants to buy, but we're creating a game, and we're gonna create a safe environment where players can sell and buy Rushcoin. And but it takes time.
In other words,
And,
save that shit. Stop trying to sell stuff. I know, dude. Just ask. Me and Mad, like, he's been one of my followers for a long time now, and he's he's my favorite neighborhood troll. So I like to troll him back every now and then.
No, we get a lot of the question, where can you sell Rushcoin? Can you buy Rushcoin in the community? So yeah, no, it's. But I think for us as a game, it's really important to create a easy onboarding process for new players.
Right.
You know, not to go to a crypto exchange to buy a coin that's needed to enjoy the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for us, it took a lot of time, and both in the design process and technical process as well, to create a way that would satisfy community and would satisfy new users and would work for us as developers as well. And we're gonna soon come out with our own Rush pool. So you will see how it works, and we're gonna write a paper on it. So
awesome, yeah. Very cool. When you want to be the guy, but just end up being that guy. So there's a game called I Want to Be the Guy. I don't know if y'all have heard about it. It is an instant rage-inducing game. It is literally designed to make you want to pull your hair out. And Mad, we watched this guy LT Zonda play through the whole game, and it was just a glorious occasion because it took him weeks to beat it. And I started playing it because Mad was trolling me to play it, and my God, if you seek masochism in a game, there's your game. No doubt about it. It is probably like, you can spend hours on one area and still not figure it out. Because as soon as you think you're doing something right, it's like, smash, start again. So
you have to start always from the beginning.
Depends if you get to the checkpoint or not. If you get to the checkpoint, you'll start right back at that checkpoint. But if you don't, you'll go back to wherever the previous one is. And depending on how hard you play it, yeah, it can be brutal.
Is it something like Getting Over It?
Yeah, it's kind of like something like Get Over It, but it's more of every area kind of changes and has its own little thing, and there's bosses, and then there's a main boss that is just completely and devastatingly hard. But Matt did beat it.
Did you try Getting Over It?
I did not. Okay. I didn't want to break my PC.
Because in that game there was a point where there was like it was called Don't Ride the Snake. It was basically like a wire. If you jump on it, it just basically takes you back to the start of the game.
Oh no!
And it was like
no.
It was like somewhere in the middle of the game, and yeah, and it had like a sign: "Don't ride the snake."
Of course, curiosity will get the best of you, and you'll end up hitting it. So, see, I beat Getting Over It too, Matt. I don't know, man. You're some kind of monster. So. I just couldn't do it. All right, guys, we're going to kick off the next race. 45 seconds. And if you want to play, type !play, and you'll see your name pop up here on the track. Yeah, when I actually watched somebody else play marbles that was in the crypto community, and that kind of inspired me to do it. I mean, I was like, that actually works. Because, I mean, everybody usually uses like a number generator or something like that for their contest. And that's good and all, but I feel like this is way more interactive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. This is really cool, by the way. I have not seen it before you showed me. I watched one of your streams, previous ones, and this is so cool. The idea is really, really awesome.
Yep. Yeah. It's super cool to get people like interactive with it. I mean, when you get like 50 marbles on a track, it gets really, really chaotic.
Yeah.
All right.
Have you gotten at one point? Like, what's the maximum?
Oh, I think we had. I know it was over 80 for one show.
Oh.
There was a bunch. There was a bunch of people on the map. But I think that was pretty much like the highest we got it. It might have been a little bit lower. It was one of our first couple shows. I know the Pivx one was big because we had some monster prizes, so everybody wanted to win. Because I mean, we were giving out. I think the grand prize winner walked away with like a video game and like $200 worth of crypto.
Nice.
So it was a pretty good show.
Yeah.
Bullet French, Asubai. This is my problem though. I can't read everybody's names. All right, Little Owl, Dad Gamer.
Oh, Subadai is one of our community members, by the way. Yeah, awesome person. Really helps a lot out with the bugs and finding them. So
cool. Well, shout out to the boy himself. All right, looks like Bullet French is holding on to this one, but there's still a little bit of track left. This particular track looks like you're about to win, but it'll mess with you.
It kind of looks like hell.
It's pretty much, it's called Devil's Chaos. That's the name of the map, so. That was the one show you missed? Yeah. Let's see, what is that? EGT offered me 0.1 BTC if I beat over it hard mode, and I just couldn't do it. Yeah, like, there's some challenges out there for people, like, getting paid to beat these games, and I'm like, is it worth it? Almost putting yourself in, like, a mental institution? Is it really worth it?
Yes.
Yes.
That's 1.5 BBC, dude. Come on. You gotta be $500,000 next year.
Oh, man, I love it. You're just instant like, yeah. So what if you don't eat for 2 days? You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Easy.
Mom, bathroom.
Yes. More hot pockets.
More hot pockets. Oh God, that's when you know it's gotten real bad. That's when you know it's gotten real bad. All right, Kakios, you gonna let Bullet French take it? I don't know.
They're both neck and neck.
Pretty much anything can happen. Dead Gamer is not too far behind Paul Adrian and Copper Tequila. Copper Tequila sneaks out ahead. It gets overtaken by Bullet French.
Is it like, why is the one in blue? Is it like he's faster or?
There's actually, like, you can actually link an account. Congratulations, Bullet French, by the way. You just won 20 Rush coins. Copper Tequila actually has a premium, like, marble. You can actually download an app on your phone and link it to your marble that goes out here on the track and change it up by having, like, a flame going behind you, how your marble looks, what your entry looks, what your outro looks. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Bullet French.
Nice. Those could be NFTs, by the way.
I got about $15 for beating I Want to Be the Guy, and it was worth it. Man. Dude, I don't know. Like, when I first started playing I Want to Be the Guy, I decided to be, you know, smart and do it on a stream. Don't. One, you're going to have Mad Ed in your corner just being like, why are you screwing up? Like, why are you being bad? What's up, love? There you go. The Mrs. Tindo coming in. Stealing my smokes. She's like, sorry. Not sorry. Oh, man. We just had our 15-year anniversary, dude.
Congrats.
15 friggin' years, and she's been putting up with me this long. You were talking about playing a masochist game. I am a masochist game, and she enjoys playing my game.
This was an instance of Smokes, let's go.
Yes. Yeah, it's pretty much the equivalent. Yeah, Smokes, let's go, and just robs me. So, we're going to kick up the next track. God, it has already been almost 2.5 hours. That's the thing, like, when these streams are going, you don't realize how much time's going by. Like, I was just playing the game earlier, and I was like, wonder if it's time to start playing marbles yet. We probably got about 30 more minutes, and I was like 2 minutes over.
Yeah.
Whoops.
it's really fun. You know, it's fun to talk to somebody who's like enjoying game and playing games. It's
Yeah.
always awesome.
Hey man, I was telling you guys earlier, I have such an affinity for this because there are some people who can't leave the house. There are some people who are no good at sports. There are some people who may not be the best in the classroom or something like that, and they may get a little beat down for it. But if they're in their world in a game and they're the best at it, nobody can tell them anything. Like, that's when I was telling people when I grew up in the arcade room. I was 8 or 9 years old versus people that was 16, 17 years old wanted to drag me out in the parking lot and beat the life out of me. But they couldn't because my mom was there. And when you're 8 and 9 years old, mom can be a little mean. And the whole idea of it is that it doesn't matter how big they are, it doesn't matter how smart they are. If they're in my world, I can beat them. And Primal Rage was my game. Like, I was just really good at playing the Raptor for whatever reason. And yeah, there was just something cool about ripping a dinosaur open and just be like, ha ha ha, there's nothing you can do to stop me. And then watch this full-grown man pump quarters into this machine 30 times trying to beat you. And then my mom being pissed off because she's got to wait 3 hours. I'm like, I'm still on the same quarter. And yeah, it was a beautiful time. And I really think that something's been lost through that, because it was kind of it was a transition period. That's when we started to see the online gaming. That's when we started to see this, and that's when a 7-year-old can basically call you everything in the book, and there's nothing you can do about it. If I was that mouthy at 7 years old standing across from these guys, I would not be here having this interview because they would have beat me to death, and there was nothing I could have done about it then. So yeah, there's definitely some kind of veil that goes up on online gaming, and there is no sense of that high score, because just like y'all are trying to do with your GP, it's trying to make it as non-farmable as, like, I gotta play this game the right way to get it. I've got to get that high score. This is the only way that I can do it, instead of having a bot on your computer while you're sleeping building it up. Because there's plenty of games that are like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think a lot of games, it's not only about skill and maybe creating a bot, even it's about paying and winning, and I think that's the biggest issue. I think it's not even, we have seen so many games right now that are just exploits of money, and exploits of hacking skill of creating a bot is one thing. You're putting time in, and it just basically what you're doing. I see it as a developer. I see it as a way of testing the developer out. You're just creating ways for them to try to understand, like, okay, I want to, how can I beat the hacker at this point, or somebody who's explaining that. But I think when you are just buying your way through the game, I think it just loses the purpose.
No, I completely agree with that. I mean, you shouldn't be able to buy your way to the top. There's too many instances of it, and a lot of time the leaderboards are construed, because these are either people that are developers themselves in the game, or they've got a crew that's like, hey, you got to be number one to make sure nobody else gets it. And those are the things that go on behind the scenes, people. Like, they're trying to milk you for money, and they will do everything they can to do it. Now, if a game's good enough, it doesn't have to try to be something it's not. It just exists, and that's good enough. I mean, I remember when Halo dropped. Everybody was like, oh, it's going to be all right. And then there was this crazy, immersive, world, the Flood, Halo itself, the Covenant. I mean, it had this rich backstory, and it drew you in. And that was its survivability for many years. Call of Duty had something like that similar, but I feel like that's kind of been watered down with time. There are plenty of Halo spinoffs, but there is way more Call of Duty spinoffs, especially when you have two different camps building a Call of Duty game, Black Ops and then, Modern Warfare. So yeah, no, I agree with it, because then you have things that you got to deal with in first person shooters, like aimbots and this and that. And it's a trip. Yeah,
it is. Like, I play a lot of CSGO, not anymore, but I think we have some time. We both have
CSGO.
Spend some time in CS:GO, and me and Nathan sometimes just I think take out our anger in CS:GO.
Yes.
It's a pastime activity after a hard work day for both of us, and you get mad when you get even if you get in a team with somebody that's using like a name bot, you're angry because it just screws up the game totally.
Yeah, that's not what it's about.
Exactly.
All right, we're going to kick this one up. We got 20 people on this track, 45 seconds. Good luck, everybody. 10 rush coins on the line. The next one is the grand prize. Then we're going to open up the floor for about 15 minutes to you guys. You're going to be able to deliver whatever message you want to the people, what you guys got coming up, what you can expect in the following months, because the end of 2020 is approaching rapidly. Thank God. I think everybody's ready for a new year. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, it is. This year has been
an eventful one, yes.
That's a nice way of putting it. I mean, over here in the States, everybody down here in the South, we're just trying to recover from the hurricane that we got hit. And up north, there's just utter chaos going on in the streets. These kids need to be home playing video games, not out in the streets causing a ruckus. Damn it.
Yeah.
See, that's how video games can save the world.
Yeah, go out in GTA 5, do the same thing, but in the environment.
It's essentially the same thing at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, and I mean the whole COVID thing. That's like my daughter. She goes to school in the town over. They just actually completely sent home the entire football team, the coaches, and everything because one of the coaches come back positive.
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm really interested to see what this flu season's going to be like, because once things get cold, I don't know what that's going to do. Or we're going to get past election and it's just going to magically disappear. We'll see.
I would say that would be scary. Like, that would be, like, insane.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it at this point. I mean, it's all this just madness that's going on, and the reality of it is that people just need to learn to love again. And I hate strangers like sounding up like a hippie, but that's the truth. The thing is like, we had people like Martin Luther King. He didn't go out there and try to fight people. He went out there and loved his, aggressors. He says, you can hit me, but all I'm going to do is just turn the other cheek. Congratulations, Copper Tequila, on your 10. And I'd like to see more of that approach, because if hate just keeps on getting answered with hate, that's all we're going to get. The cycle just keeps on going like this. So
yeah, that's true. And I think, of course, the situation U.S. is one thing. For you guys, it's we're here in Europe, but we're here in Eastern Europe, and we're here next to our neighboring countries, Belarus. So we know how it is, and that you're maybe living in fear for most of your lives. And I have friends whose I would say grandparents. His grandparents are living there, and I talk really often to him and ask how things are there. And it's really tough. And I think the situation which you said, hate versus hate, it's happening all over the world. And
very much so.
It's that more emotions and more understanding each other is needed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's everybody thinks that there's some side. There's not. There's only one side, and that's the human race, and we're all a part of it. That's what some people just fail to realize sometimes. It's like, we're all in the same boat, and all you're doing is punching holes in it, so we're sinking faster. We're over here trying to stick our fingers in the holes. So we'll see. Maybe we'll get it together one day. Maybe we won't. Maybe it'll be the video games that bring it together. Who knows?
Hopefully.
Let's see. If the trend continues, we will have zombie raptors from Mars invading the Earth in just a few months. Can we not poke that bear? Let's not. 2020's already had enough surprises. Let's not have zombie Martians too. I'm good.
Yeah, let's ramp it up and let's proceed to the next year.
No, let's save something for next year. So.
Wolven off the team. I shall accept our raptor overlords. God. All right, guys, this is the final race. This one is for all the marbles, bum. And
Wow,
the winner will get 10 Rush coins and a copy of Fall Guys. So, if this is the one you've been waiting on, it's time to get in it.
I haven't played Fall Guys, by the way.
Oh, good for you. Like the salt. Oh,
I hear there's just a tad bit of that salt in that game. Just a tad.
just a tad.
Just a tad. For,
Just
the ocean.
Legend.
I haven't played it yet. I have a bunch of people that are constantly like hounding me to play the game. But yeah, they've said pretty much the same thing. There is a lot of rage that goes on in that game.
Yeah.
Salt can be real in it. Yeah. Need more Rush coins. This the Fall Guys? No, this is not the Fall Guys. They ain't falling, they're sitting. I seen it's done got dark in your windows over there. What time is it? About 9?
No, I think it's around 11.
Wow.
10:30.
10:30. All right, well, we got, let's see. Yep, we've got 25 minutes left in the show. What we're going to do is we're going to have, like I said, we're going to have this final race, and then we're going to open up the floor to you guys. If you guys in the chat have any questions for these gentlemen, this is the time to start throwing them out. All right?
Yeah. Please do. We love to answer questions. Yeah.
They like to put any of those questions to rest. 10:30 here too. Oh, y'all are probably close then. All right, let's see. We got about 20 people out on the track. We're gonna crank it up again. Now remember, this is the final race. So if you want to win you a copy of Fall Guys and 10 Rush coins, you got to get on the track in 45 seconds. Is the game going to have controller support if it has cool? Come on, DG. I don't speak your language. Is the game going to have controller support?
Controller support for an RTS game. It has been done. I've seen a couple of instances of it, but right now it is a very tough question to answer. But right now it would be a no for now.
Well, I remember playing StarCraft 64. Yeah, it's pretty clunky with a remote. You don't have that range that you can get with a mouse and keyboard, especially with hotkeys and everything else like that. It's pretty crucial to have.
Yeah, that was the point I wanted to touch on as well. Hotkey.
So I noticed that, are you going to be able to build units eventually? So, you can actually set up units to where, like in StarCraft, you hit Control 1, Control 2, you can build, separate units and stuff like that, and then you can hit 1 to pick a unit and then 2 to pick a unit.
Yes, right now we have, although limited, but we have some key binding of the sort. You can make groups of your units. And, we're going to be exploring and adding more key binding and combinations of keys to facilitate keys.
Very cool. Yeah, because that's something that I always had because as your friend was a Zerg fanatic, I was as well. And one thing I always liked having around the corner was 20 Hydralisks. Because they're like, oh, it's just a Zergling rush. We're going to send out these units and then I'll bring them up behind them.
Okay, I'm a Protoss guy. Chris is Terran, so
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we'll have to have a little StarCraft game.
I love
Definitely
warping.
we should.
I just like warping stalkers everywhere and just let's go.
That's so annoying, man. I know exactly the trick you're talking about. It's like, oh, son of a bitch. Why is there a cannon back here? Harlock holding on to that lead. Kakio's not too far behind. I am Ian. I'm going to call you Ian. Oh. Kakios gets bumped up.
Whoa.
Oh,
This is
Harlock gets knocked off.
very close. Let's go.
Now, Kakios is actually part of the Zinzo team, so if he wins, we're going to give it to the second place. And that looks like it might be Vlad the Impaler. Sorry, Kakios.
It's really it's close. Oh,
And Mad Ed sneaks in, you trolly bastard. Look at you. Catching first place. Mr. Mad, you are the grand prize winner. You get yourself 10 Rush coins, and I owe you a copy of Fall Guys. You don't have to send me any information. I already know where you're at. But you got to make sure you have a Hash Rush account. Congratulations, sir. Oh, he's like, holy shit. Fixed. Okay, do y'all say this at the end of every damn show? Rigged.
Fixed, rigged.
It's rigged. It's all rigged. Well, that's it. That's it for all the races. Alright, so we've got a few minutes left in the show. We got about 20 more minutes. Alright, guys, so I'm going to give the floor to you. What do you guys want to tell the world? What to expect? What do we have in the years to come from Hash Rush?
I'll start. Yeah. Okay. So I think I don't know if years or let's talk this year. I think let's start with that. Let's survive this year, and I think this year we want to start bringing out hero units. We want to make the game maybe more competitive in a way through leaderboard challenges.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll let Nathan maybe explain more about hero units and how they're going to interact with the game. But I think a huge part is the blockchain integration as well, to get that, that play turn model finally in the game and allow players to withdraw value from their time that they spend in Hash Rush. And I think we finally, hopefully next week, we're going to see Rush in the game. We're going to see the store in the game, so you'll be able to spend your first Rush as well. And then we're going to start working on the Rush pool, so allow players to sell Rush coins to other players, and adding a easily on-ramping solution for the new players who are maybe gamers first and not blockchain enthusiasts. So they can buy Rush coins from other players, like in the store against US dollars. And I think that's going to be a huge step forward to creating the play turn in economy. And hopefully next year we can see the P2P trading place, early next year on that. And then next year the big step is early access, finally, with random planet generator, at least three planet environments. So what we want to see is Forest Planet, the one we already have. We want to see Ice Planet, and we want to see Desert Planet as well, and all the items that you can get from the planets as well. So all the unique resources. But all that maybe explain.
Yes, in terms of new gameplay features, we want hero units, which are basically, if you've played Warcraft 3, you have your heroes, your Illidan's, your Arthuses, and hero units each will have their own set of abilities, a passive, a key binding Q and E abilities, and each of them will have 3 item slots: a offensive, a defensive, and a support item. These items some will be divided into tiers that only specific specific heroes can use them. Like, you won't be able to, if you have basically a mage hero, you won't be able to put plate armor or a warhammer in its hands, but you will be all support items. They'll be a free for all. You can choose whichever support item you want for your hero. The intention is that each planet will have up to 3 heroes, same as in classic RTSs. And yeah, these systems will come hand in hand with the crafting and the unique resource drops. So players will be able to switch planets fairly often to get the heroes and the gear that they want to craft. And when, as Chris said, when the marketplace goes up, they'll be able to sell the items that they craft themselves to other players and build that player-driven economy that we so want to happen.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. So,
I know.
and you were just saying that you're going to be introducing the Rush coin next week.
Yeah, we're looking into we're testing out the HashRush wallet service. That's what we call as the system that basically provides the deposits and withdrawals and spend of Rush in the game. And it's basically a scalability solution. So we're creating our own system where players won't need to have any cryptocurrency to use Rush token in the game, and they'll be able to just use it free of charge. If they choose to take it out, they'll pay money for it. But yeah, so it's something that we are building up. We're testing it out right now as we speak, to be honest. And it is we wanted to launch it in September, so the September is here, and I think it's gonna probably hit next week.
Awesome.
You need to know this is a really important piece of the puzzle, and the security and everything. It's as I think I mentioned earlier in the stream. Real money is involved, and so it's really important. The security and everything is around that is really important for us. So.
Yeah, first and foremost, you got to be able to protect people. Like that's our
we're exactly, and it's gonna launch hopefully the upcoming week.
Nice, very nice. So let's see. DG was saying, how much color customization will there be? I want my units different colors. Y'all said something about having different skins, so I think that would probably answer that, wouldn't it?
Yes, the intention is to have multiple skins, and the skin system that we're working on right now is that you have basically a set. Like if you imagine let's say a Dragon Slayer skin that has like dragon hide everywhere, and how we would divide it is you have a unique skin for each unit. It's not like the same skin for every unit.
Right.
You would have a unique skin for your worker, for your swordsman, for your Raken Lancers, for your Boulder Trogs. So yeah, each of those units would have a unique skin.
So
of course, if you collect them all,
there you go.
Kudos.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that'll expand as time goes on. I mean, that would be cool having like my workers with the dragon skin armor on, and then having my regular like Raken Riders, like have them as straight up knight setups and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So being able to mix and match and having your own kind of little army, I think that would be super cool.
Yeah, and we're going even a step further. We are adding like customizable not only skins but like assets as well that can change, like your sword or your helmets and
Yes.
other things as well. So it doesn't only change your the color, but it changes the visual concept in general. So you can maybe we already tested one out. It was some Asian, Japanese. Right?
Yeah, there were katanas and basically Viking swords.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's-
That's
That was like really cool. It made the units like look
Yeah.
totally different from the previous like environments. But it's from skins. It's all about for us the game visually. We want to keep it in this classic way that we made it when we first started.
Mhm.
And just throwing out different kind of skins isn't what we want to do. We want to keep that uniqueness to
Yes.
the visual aspect as well. So we're gonna be really careful with that, of course.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, guys, pretty much coming up to the end of the show. So if there's anything you guys want to throw out to your community, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I think just thank you guys for being around from 2017 and those who have come up in the beta. We have seen a lot of new players. more than 2,500 players have joined the community and have played the game and have tested it out. And I just wanted to say thanks for believing us and thanks for believing the project. And hopefully in next few years, we can speak about like HashRush being as a standard of some kind of like games and how games should be built. And I hope that's our goal. We're not here to get money from players. We're here to share value with players, and we hope that's gonna become the standard.
Well said.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for joining the HashRush beta and rooting for us throughout all this way. 2020 has been, let's not say rude words, but it has been a challenging year, and to see so many of you joining the game and giving your time to us and to this project means a whole lot to me and Chris and the rest of the team. And tell your friends about HashRush, and let's get this.
That's right. Tell your friends to download HashRush, and then tell their friends, and then tell their friends. Come on, it's free. It's not like they're asking for $50 a pop, which they very easily could. I mean, I've seen less games that sell for more. So please tell your friends, get the word out there. Guys, Nate, Chris, it's been a pleasure. I'll be talking to you guys here soon after the show. And until next time, we'll catch you guys on the flip side, huh?
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Great to have you guys. Thanks, Zenzo.
All right, bud. Peace.
Thank
Guys, what do you think? That was the HashRush click. I mean, what a show. What a show. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Checkpoint Level 9 has come to a close. I'd like to thank everybody for coming and hanging out. Thank you so much for HashRush to come out and explain everything the HashRush coins to be able to give away. I've been your host, Tendo, and this has been brought to you by Zenzo Gaming Ecosystem. If you have any questions about HashRush, be sure to go hit up their Telegram and their Discord. If you have any questions for us over at Zenzo, come join our Discord. We'll help you any way we can. And we'll be reaching out to all the winners very soon. And everybody, thanks so much for coming out. Until next time, peace.